Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time on this Monday night. Monday Night Football halftime is nearly upon us. We are going to see what happens between the Giants and the Seahawks. Not a terribly well-played game. Geno Smith at least missing a portion of it. Drew Lock, in fact, he's being taken not in a cart, but in a golf cart back to the locker room. It looks like he's hobbling pretty badly. So Drew Lock in the game for the foreseeable future. We're not here to talk about the Seahawks and the Giants, though. Obviously, we're here to talk about Derrick Henry rushing through the Titans franchise record books. We'll get to that throughout the course of the evening. We'll, of course, welcome your participation, but we always are happy to have more of you participating throughout the course of tonight's show, which means that you can share the broadcast around. If you're hanging out on Twitter, please retweet the show in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Facebook Live, you can share now to public. That is in the bottom left. YouTube and Twitch, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We would be grateful for you that way. Always love hanging out with you guys as we get you through the halftime, or at least through the 2-minute warning and halftime of the Monday Night Football game. Not a terribly well-played one. Drew Lock versus Daniel Jones. Just a brutal miss by Drew Lock there on second down. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time from the Zen Sports Studios. I'm your host, Buck Rising. I'm proud, as always, to be presented to you by TrueMath Fitness in the Gulch. Go to TrueMathFitness.com. Your first workout is free. As a Middle Tennessee resident, nobody is going to give you better tools to succeed than TrueMath Fitness in the Gulch. The law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Wherever justice demands, Amanda J. and her team have you covered. Practicing in Tennessee family and criminal courts in 35 counties in the state of Tennessee. Go to amandajgentry.com for more information. And, of course, Zen Sports. Download the app, whether you're wagering on Monday Night Football. That looks like a touchdown. Seattle. Referees say it's so. You can score a touchdown. You can cash in on your Seahawks props if you want to with the Zen Sports app. Download it today and plug in the promo code ATOZTN in the promo code bar. All right, so Derrick Henry continues to rush through the record books, right? He has now scored 80 touchdowns on the season. He had a dominant type of, I don't necessarily want to call it a throwback performance, but he had a vintage Derrick Henry performance yesterday. It's been a while since you've seen him do that, especially without turnovers, because you'll remember the fumbles were a big part of the story last season with Derrick. So now you see him in position to potentially reach, if not pass, Eddie George as the franchise's all-time leading rusher. He needs over 1,500 yards to do it, but he is in position to try and make this happen. So the question that we're going to ask you on this Monday night is simple. On Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on Twitch, if you would like to get involved, fair or foul, Derrick Henry is going to pass Eddie George as the Titans-Oilers franchise all-time leading rusher. We'll talk about it together. We'll get your comments as well. A reminder that your Two Rivers Ford take is presented by Two Rivers Ford. Go to the dealership in Mount Juliet, just 7 miles east of Nashville International Airport. Two Rivers Ford is there to serve you. No matter how you like to shop, Two Rivers Ford has you covered. Whether it's online, custom ordering, or at the dealership, nobody goes above and beyond the way that Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet does, or online at tworiversford.com. So looking at the Derrick Henry rushing totals right now, fair, says William Jones. Eric Alonzo says foul. He doesn't think that Derrick Henry will be able to reach that mark. Stephen King, fair. Dre says fair. Dave Samsel says fair if the O-line does their job. Maserati Mac says fair, but next season after he signs a 1 or 2 year contract. In reality, it's probably going to take this season and another season for Derrick Henry to be able to eclipse Eddie George. Eddie George is currently first place on the franchise's all-time leading rusher chart with 10,009 yards. Derrick Henry made good progress yesterday, but he is at, so less than 1,400 yards. Derrick needs to pass it. I misspoke. I said more than 1,500 yards. He needs less than 1,400 yards to pass Eddie George this year. Eddie has 10,009. Derrick has 8,620. He passed Earl Campbell yesterday, who had 8,574. So with Derrick Henry in position to do this, he's going to need another season. Looks like getting chippy out there between the Seahawks and the Giants right now. Flags are flying. But fair or foul, does Derrick Henry find ways to eclipse Eddie George? You know, I'll tell you how I feel about it here in just a second, but I do want you to hear from Mike Vrabel, who in the post-game locker room, post-game victory comments, they always tweet out these videos or post these videos on social media of Mike's comments to the team after wins. He brings up Derrick and he brings up Eddie George, who, of course, he knows as a fellow Ohio State alumni.
We're going to stick to the formula, okay? Speed and violence, effort and finish, and execute, elevate, and celebrate, okay, fellas? Like, that's what it is. And it's not going to be great. I mean, we dropped the ball. Tajay picked the son of a bitch, run, quarterback, help him. Like, that's what it's going to be, okay? But it's going to be this lightweight. We got to prepare, and we come out here and execute, and we celebrate, and we have a good time. Okay, Derrick Henry, second all time. Tell that Buckeye we're coming for him, okay? Tell Eddie George we're coming for him. Okay? Miss Amy, men suck at gifts, okay? Miss Amy had a birthday. We're not very good at gifts. This is the expectations, okay? We have to, you played fast, okay? You played fast. I stand over there and I watch, and I can tell when we're playing fast and when we're not. And we were playing fast today. Derrick, Amy, break them down. Let's go.
Hey, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of y'all boys. Love y'all boys, man. I love the resiliency y'all showed. We come up here and showed it today against these boys. Hey, Titans on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Titans!
So proud of you.
That's a very wholesome moment between Titans owner Amy Adams Strunk and Derrick Henry. Fair or foul, Derrick is going to pass Eddie George as the franchise's all-time leading rusher. We'll talk about it here in just a second, right after I remind you that the Primetime Show is presented by TrueMath Fitness in the Gulch. Go to TrueMathFitness.com for your first workout free as a Middle Tennessee resident. No workout ever recycled or repeated. That's because they've got the best coaching staff around. TrueMathFitness.com will get you to peak performance, a new way to work out for the new version of you. Go to TrueMathFitness.com, as I said, for your first workout free. So fair or foul is the question. Royale Wright says, tell that Buckeye we're coming for him. Mike Vrabel's comments about that Buckeye being Eddie George, that we're coming for him to pass him as the all-time leading rusher. You know, I'm inclined to think that Derrick can do it. Well, here's what I'll say. I know Derrick can do it. I know Derrick Henry can pass Eddie George as the franchise all-time leading rusher. What I don't know for certain is that Derrick is going to be here beyond this year to do it. I think it's pretty likely that the Titans retain him or extend him as he plays the final year of his contract. I think that Derrick Henry is valuable to them. I think that Tajay Spears and Derrick Henry together are valuable. And I don't think you have to pay Derrick Henry as much as you just have been paying him on his last contract when you've got a lot more money to spend. So I'm inclined to think that Derrick Henry is going to pass Eddie George. I think it's fair. Re-signing him is the variable here. I think it's pretty likely at this point. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. But I do think that I know that Derrick Henry is capable. I'm pretty sure that he's going to be around long enough to get it done. So we will see how that comes to pass. But in the meantime, he can make a lot of progress this season. He needs more help from the offensive line, like he got yesterday, for them to be able to continue on this trajectory. Right now, he's on track. He needs over 1,400 yards to do it, to pass Eddie. Right now, he's on pace for just over 1,200 yards. So he would need, a vintage Derrick Henry performance against the Texans. He might need a 200-yarder in there to be able to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Right now, that is not quite the case. Monday Night Football going on. It is currently 14-3 in favor of the Seattle Seahawks on the road at the New York Giants. It is going to be interesting to see how this game plays out, because should the Giants find a way to come back and win, then there would be 14 teams in the NFL that are 2-2, including the Giants, or excuse me, including the Titans right now. Crazy Town says it's not December yet. So you're saying that Derrick Henry gets better in the month of December? Again, Dehember, says Mr. Jones, you mean? Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with Derrick Henry. I have no idea. Derrick Henry could pick up the pace and make it this year and have, I mean, he would need, for Derrick Henry to be able to do it, he would need the second best rushing performance of his career. Now, I don't think that's going to happen behind this offensive line, but, you know, weird shit happens in football all the time. So we'll see how this comes about. Russell says, as a therapist, I can confidently say the Titans are far more bipolar than my actual bipolar clients. Yeah. I honestly, I sympathize. I said this on the radio show, and I probably said it last night too on primetime. I can't remember. But God, the chippiness in this game, dude's getting pushed left and right after the whistle. Really, really poorly played so far between the Giants and the Seahawks. But yes, I do sympathize for you guys more almost in dominant wins like that, because that has to drive you crazy that your football team is capable of that, and also capable of losing to the Cleveland Browns 27-3 the week before. So looking at tonight's game, who you got between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants, just kind of taking a look at some of the numbers that this game is producing right now. Like I said, not a very well played game. Drew Lock is the quarterback. Geno Smith left 9 of 11 for 67 yards and a touchdown. So far, Lock has only completed 2 of his 5 passes, 63 yards though. So getting some chunk plays right now. Noah Fant is the leading receiver, the former Denver Broncos tight end who came to Seattle in the Russell Wilson trade. Daniel Jones, 14 of 17 for 121. Not playing poorly, has lost a fumble in this game, though. He's lost something like 25 or 26 fumbles in his career. Really, really bad. Penalties, not a ton, but enough to make the game clunky. And neither team, Giants doing okay on third down, actually. They're 4 of 9 right now, which is kind of a surprise. 9 first downs in the game for New York to Seattle 7. I would be inclined to think that Seattle with a lead would be able to hang on. Giants have come back this year, but they did it against the Arizona Cardinals, so I don't know how real that is. Giants look, I saw Chris Long make the observation on Twitter this evening that the Giants look preseason bad. You know, Brian Daboll is the defending coach of the year, has to figure things out. And this, you know, the $50 million quarterback in Daniel Jones also needs to pull his weight a little more. But they do this again without Saquon Barkley. He was ruled inactive for tonight. I would think that Seattle is able to hang on here. A to Z Sports Primetime is presented by the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Wherever justice demands, Amanda J. and her team have you covered. Practicing law in Tennessee family and criminal courts in 35 counties in the state of Tennessee. They mean what they say when they say wherever justice demands. Amanda J. Gentry and her team available to protect your constitutional rights. All you have to do is find out more about how you can get them involved at amandajgentry.com. It's Indy Hate Week, says William Jones. We will talk about the Colts a lot this week, I'm certain. First divisional game for the Tennessee Titans this coming weekend. Obviously, I'll be there. It's a lot of road trip that I know you guys make, so I assume I'll see many of you up there as well. Looking forward to that, as always. But in the meantime, we will welcome in the illustrious Robert Lee Walsh for In Case You Missed It. Go on and bring in the red flash. Go ahead, bud.
We don't have our duo graphic anymore.
Oh, no. Whose fault is that?
Let's blame it on IT.
I agree.
All right. So anyway, while you're hanging out over there to the side of the banner, you can't even zoom in on us. That's unfortunate. You're going to leave me in here for it? That's cool. No, you're not. Get your ass back in here. We're not doing it like this.
No, you don't get to pull me back in.
What do you mean? Hold on. Come on. You can't make me do this. I can't. See, we can make this work. I look like Zordon right here. You just get the pickle side of my face. I can do this all day. You're going to give me carpal tunnel syndrome. You better stay in here. Come on. Don't do this to me.
Damn it.
Now we're switching. All right, leave me alone. I've got a job to do. We got to be serious here.
Do your job.
Just for a second here, let's be a little serious. I wanted to know, the question we're going to ask Titans fans today is, what's your emotional status after that Titans win against the Bengals, because you talked about it. It's frustrating having a team that can do so well and then the next week piss the bed. You never know what team you're going to get. And that it's ran by you. You're the children. You're the one that started that shit. Anyway,
keep your concentration. That's for them, not for you. Keep going. Be a broadcaster one time in your damn life. My God.
I am not a broadcaster.
You spend 4 hours a day on morning radio and at least an hour a night here with me. How can you not? How do you have such a short attention span that you get squirreled by the first comment that I throw up in front of you? Proceed.
See, it's getting to you too. The emotionality, is that a word? The emotionality of sports is getting to people. And it's getting to athletes too, as you could tell by Jimmy Butler this week.
Last year you came out with the braids, man. What's this?
I had dreads last year.
The dreads.
What's this? Yeah. This is my emotional state. I'm one with my emotions. So this is what you get. It's a new year, new season. We came up short. I didn't do my job. We didn't do our job as a whole last year. But it's a new season. I'm excited for it. And, we'll see y'all in the finals in June. Like I always say, I know what I'm capable of. I know what my guys are capable of. So we'll continue to play basketball as a unit, as a team, and somehow, some way, end up in the finals. This time we're going to win it. And then y'all going to say they got lucky. So I'm prepared for it.
I think I'm going to adopt Jimmy Butler's stance, because even the workplace hazards, man, it's just really getting to me. I work in a hostile environment, and I just don't have anybody on my side. Even when my team wins, it's just I'm always in the shitter. So I just feel it. I feel it emotionally. I feel it spiritually. I feel it emotionally.
What is on your nose?
Oh, it's my new piercing, my new emotional piercing.
What did you fashion said piercing out of?
A mason jar. Leah.
It just looks like a shitty comb over.
It was hard to get my hair like this. I don't know how he got his to look so good. But anyway.
Bryce Erickson says he needs Bert's plug. Yeah, I would agree at this point based on the behavior. But yes, this is the emotional state of Robert Walsh. Go ahead.
In my emotional state, I'm going to leave you to do the rest of your job by yourself.
Thank you very much. That's in case you missed it with Robert Walsh. Yeah, Jimmy Butler trolling the media on Media Day. Stokely says Bert is perfectly describing my Titans-related emotions right now. Yeah, except he's doing it with a mason jar run through his nose. It's going to do it for us tonight on the Primetime Show. Thank you to Bert for making it happen. Thank you to you guys for showing it up. As we always do, we always appreciate you all spending your evenings here with us. Enjoy the second half of Monday Night Football. Hopefully it's a better played game in the second half. We will certainly talk Titans and Vols tomorrow from 10 to 1 on 104.5 The Zone. So hopefully you will join us there. And if not, we will catch you tomorrow night on A to Z Sports Prime Time. Quick reminder, though, that the Primetime Show is made possible by Zen Sports. Download the Zen Sports app, plug in the promo code ATOZTN, and they will get you in on all the action. 5% cash back, unlimited 5% cash back on your first 15 days of wagering when you plug in that promo code. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. See y'all.